let's talk about a bit more of a good news story.
Right.
And this is a case, we talked about this one a little while ago, where we saw some, this ransomware is just a rampant problem, or at least it's one that you certainly don't want to have to encounter and deal with, right?
Right. So about 2 weeks ago, we covered this one, and there was a case where people on their phones, mostly in Australia, or maybe even exclusively in Australia, were getting a text message on their phone that said, "Your phone's been hacked." I don't remember who it said by. Oleg Pliss, correct.
I can't forget a name like that.
And it was, ransoming you to send them like $50 to $100 or something like that. They would phish the users to get their accounts and credentials and whatnot. They also set up some side systems in order to kind of link the accounts between their Apple account and this other system that they had set up. But in any event, what they would do is once they had those credentials, so Apple was not compromised here. It was basically a phishing attack. Once they got their Apple credentials via phishing, they could go in and with the Find My iPhone type capability that they have, they would go in and lock the phone, which is kind of the purpose of the Find My iPhone, is in case you lose it, you can go in and you can lock it so nobody else can get into it, and then you can wipe it if you wanted to. So they were locking the phone so that you couldn't get in. Now, if you had a lock, like a PIN code lock already on your phone, you could still get in. But if you didn't have one, you were kind of out of luck. The good part of this story is that the two people responsible for this campaign were caught. Ironically, they were caught, they're from Moscow, or the Moscow area in Russia. They were caught at a Mac machine withdrawing funds from somebody's account that they had compromised as part of some other scam here, or maybe even this scam. And and it wasn't the first time that at least one of them had been arrested for this. So that's interesting as well. So good news is they're off the streets, but I'm sure there's other actors out there that we still need to worry about and be mindful of. I guess what I would recommend to people, if you have an iPhone and you do not have a PIN code lock on there already, I would recommend that you do that, because that would prevent at least this problem from occurring.
Absolutely.
Now, was the guy's name actually Oleg Pliss?
I don't think so. I don't remember what it was. But
Because the Oleg Pliss that most people thought it was associated with was some developer at Oracle. Poor guy.
Oh, really?
Got his name dragged into the mud for this. Unfortunate.
Okay. I didn't hear that aspect of it.
Oh, I think the encouraging aspect, obviously, in my opinion, if you want to create a real deterrent, you need to get to the people that are behind it.
Yeah.
It's not as if there are really that many actors. It turns out that a lot of these activities have a relatively small group of actors that are behind it, and the deterrence is really to get to those folks, and not only to get them, but to send a message that this isn't going to be tolerated. And I think it's very encouraging to see that they are really starting to follow the money trail and get to the point where, when they're extorting money like this, that they are able to trace it down and get to the actors behind it, because it is, as you folks will know, very difficult to get strong attribution from the network side.